Welcome to the Big Bro Podcast. I'm your host, we Marks. I got a special guest here, Zzeu. You want to just introduce yourself, tell them who you are, what you do?
My name is Zzeu. I call myself a hybrid. I do a lot of everything. I do streaming music. I do YouTube. I do everything.
Word.
Everything you could think of. I'm a businessman, all that.
Word.
I do camera work, photography, whatever you need.
Word. How long you been doing that for?
Since I was a kid, you
Word.
know what I mean? My mom always made sure I was active in these things, you know what I mean? So,
Word.
yeah, I've been doing music since legit, since I was like 13, 14,
How old are you now?
25.
25?
So, yeah.
Word. I'm 30.
But when
I
I
don't even know how old I am.
Yeah, I started, like, that's when I first got my little taste of just rapping.
Yeah.
So, when I was like 13, I made like a little diss track and shit like that to like some kid that was hating.
That's how it started.
Yeah.
I remember me too in high school with the little coalitions and
I had to use my phone, so I used my phone, did a little, used the voice memo,
yeah.
just did a little track, then threw that over the beat.
I used the tape recorders, man, back in the day.
Or I didn't even throw it over the beat. I think I had the beat in the background while I was doing
Word.
it. Now I
That's
just
how you had
posted
to do
that
it.
shit on YouTube. Yeah.
That's how you had to do
Hell
it, post it on
yeah.
YouTube. Nah, that's dope.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so all right, so you got some longevity
Yeah.
in the game and stuff like that. Me too. I think I started in high school type, but I actually it was I like poetry. I was like, oh, you can really write your emotions down and everything you
Right.
think about in poetry, and then I don't know who introduced me to rap or like put me on a rap song. I was like, oh, that's basically like poetry,
Word.
and then I put the two and two together, and I haven't stopped writing since. So
It's crazy you say that because besides that diss track, it's like where I kind of started at, like doing poetry.
yeah,
I was really into doing poetry because I did this like this like college thing, and
Yeah.
I had to perform in front of people.
like a
So,
open mic,
yeah.
not open mic,
No,
like a
it
talent
was
show.
just it was like a talent show thing, and so that's when I first started doing poetry and shit like that.
Yeah.
And off rip, I hit the stage. So like I just got thrown into the stage as a kid. You know what I mean?
Or
So I was just doing poetry for a little bit, talking about my experiences, or like talking about how like my father being in jail impacted me and shit like that. Doing poetry, performing it in front of college kids, and I'm like 15 around this age. So
are you scared?
I'm not scared. I'm actually feeling good. I did a whole performance. I dropped rose petals, had and I wish I had a cameraman. You know what I mean, to get all this.
Capture it.
But I dropped rose petals. I had like a picture of my father and shit like that, and a couple of them. But yeah,
You got the
fire.
snaps instead of the claps. The little I can't even snap.
Nah, it wasn't snaps. That shit
Nah?
was that was my first experience having people come up to me like, yo,
Word.
you're talented.
Word.
You know what I mean?
In some ways I like poetry. Well, not more than rap, but like you know how like it doesn't have to have a form. It doesn't have to have like a structure. Right. You can do almost like spoken word type deal. So that's why there's like no restrictions with poetry. I like that.
Yeah. You don't really gotta rhyme neither.
Right.
You know what I mean?
If you didn't want to.
Nah. You gotta add, you know what I mean, a little bit of rhymes, but
Word.
You know what I mean? It's really telling stories. That's why I came off of. You know what I mean?
Word. Storytelling. The MCing.
Yeah.
Lost that nowadays. Now it's just who got the best bars.
Word.
Which is cool.
Back then, bro, them days, like when Jonah Lucas dropped that he dropped some shit where it's like, I'm a kid at this time, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm looking at this shit like, yo, this guy's like on some next level
Jonah.
shit.
He's talented too.
He remind me so much
videos,
of like Eminem type shit a little bit, the way his music videos.
Fire, yeah.
That's what I'm talking
always
about.
Had like a plot, a concept. Yeah. I think that's what got him.
Like, when he went
to
when he went to the school, it was like that kid that went to the school and then he was getting bullied. And
I saw that video.
That shit was hard. I think that's what motivated me more to want to do like poetry.
Yeah, but I like that. I saw that video and it was dope. How like you saw his side and then you saw how he ended up getting angry and being
And then you see the other side too.
Yeah. So that's why I felt like he blew up. But besides music, when nobody's watching, right? Who are you? What's your persona?
I'm the same outside of music, inside of music. I think like my work drive is just like I can't stop working. Like if I stop working, my life fails, you know what I mean? Like, I already experienced this shit. Like, I went from zero, like, I was at my highest at one point. I went from my highest all the way to my lowest,
Right.
and I did that shit myself.
Right.
So I could experience how to survive in the real world.
Yeah.
So this is my life, you know what I mean?
You
Like,
need that sometimes. It kind of like humbles you when
Yeah,
you like, you know.
I separated myself from everybody. Like, I left Springfield. I went to
Isolation.
somewhere I didn't know, like a unknown spot to me. You know what I mean? And I survived there for 7 months. Like, nobody could tell me shit about surviving. I literally did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's because some traumatic shit happened in my life that I took it upon myself to just, you know what I mean, be free. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So yeah.
So we were talking a little bit before, and I was like, that's why it says to even thank God for like your tribulations, because like I said, they build you up. You at the time you think it's pain, you think it's why
Nah,
me,
that's God right there.
but you look at you, look how you came up. You know what I mean? You're hardened. You got a plate of gold of armor. You know
And
what
I
I mean?
didn't just go. I went to one of the worst spots in PA. Like, you know what I mean? I went to the hood and I survived. I learned how to survive by myself in just a car and a bag of goodies. And I made it. You know what I mean?
They're still standing.
Yeah, I made it through that storm, and that was like my peak of. It was my peak of struggles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I know that nothing could stir me. Nothing could like break me.
Yeah.
Nobody talking shit. Nobody nothing. Like, I'm like,
Yeah, that's chump change now compared to anything else. You already been there. Done it. There's no you can't get any lower.
I almost
than that.
got robbed. Like, bro, I got mad shit, bro. Like, I really don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I've been through the struggle. You know what I mean? And I could talk about the struggle because I've been through that shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, none of that shit fazed me.
What some people assume about you that's completely wrong?
People assume that I'm mean, and I'm not. I'm really if you get to know me, I'm really a good person.
Yeah.
Like, shout out to everybody that, you know what I mean, fucks with me for me.
Yeah.
I just don't trust a lot. You know what I mean? So when I'm around people, I tend to not be
That's real.
loud. You know what I mean? I keep that shit in, and I'm very antisocial. But when you get to know me, you can hit me up and be like, yo, I'm down right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd be like, yo, don't even worry about that shit. You good now.
Or,
You know what I mean?
I think that's something a lot of men can relate to, like isolation, like guarding your heart, like especially when you're in a room full of strangers, like you know how people they just posting up in the back, real quiet, observant.
Right.
But I think it's good to kind of step out of your comfort zone sometimes. And I feel like even me, like when we go through traumatic things, it's hard to trust. But if we stay in that, I feel like it closes a lot of doors for you too, and like it hardens your heart. So I feel like at some point we got to do the work, we got to heal, and we got to start trusting again. And I think we just got to be better at like, I don't like judging, but like having the discernment to see like, oh, this is a dude I can mess with. Like, I like his energy, I like his vibe. I feel like I can trust him. I'm gonna start throwing little breadcrumbs and see if he is a trustworthy person. You know what I mean? And I think that's what we gotta do is, man, just like ask, stay in prayer, ask God, like, yo, give me discernment, put me around good-hearted people.
And it's crazy. You know what I mean? It's crazy because a lot of people don't go out their way to even like thank God. They ask for a lot.
Yeah.
They don't sit there and thank God for. They don't sit there and thank God for. You know what I mean? Shit. I be at work, sitting there talking to myself, but to other people, they think I'm talking to myself.
Yeah.
But I'm really thanking God for even bringing me through anything that He's done in life. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like He's done for my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm sitting there thanking Him, talking to Him. You know what I mean? If you know what I mean, if He hears me, He hears me. If He doesn't, He doesn't. But He's been making my shit right. You know what I mean? He's been steering me in the right direction. I've been doing this shit by myself. If not by myself, with my girl, and she's been helping me in my ear. You know what I mean? But besides that, besides RZX, who shout out RZX. You know what I mean?
RZX.
But
Resurrection Studios.
Hell yeah. But besides that, you know what I mean? I grind for my shit. You know what I mean? And I don't let nobody tell me what I can or can't do, because I know I could do it because I've already done it. Yeah. You know what I mean? In a previous life. Right. You know what I mean? That's not the life that I live now. Yeah. But that's a previous life that I've lived and I've overcome.
We're new creatures.
So,
that old us died already.
I've adapted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So what version of yourself are you trying to become right now, would you say?
I'm not becoming nothing. I'm a hybrid.
Okay.
And I say I'm a hybrid because it's like I could do whatever You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I put my mind to it. I'm a dreamer. And shout out my brand right here.
Shoot, you made the whole outfit?
I made the whole outfit. You know what I mean? We
okay.
dreamers,
I mess with
ZZZ.
it. I like it.
We dreamers with the Z.
That's
and that's
fire,
gonna be that's my brand that I'm adapting to, you know what I mean? And I'm just trying to build as a better like businessman, you know what I mean?
Word.
I got my sleepy thing that I post like people's footage, you know what I mean, that I record.
Yeah.
And I'll post it on there.
But
outside of that, dreamers.
Yeah.
It's just like it's just gonna be my shit, like, you know what I mean? Cause I'm
Dreamers
really
with a Z.
Yeah, how you know?
Well, I assume that Zzeu,
Yeah.
you know.
I really put in mad work, like, you know what I mean? So it's like to see my vision come to fruition, like little by little, and I'm progressing little by little at a young age, you know what I mean? I'm only getting older, but I'm young right now, and I'm taking in from a lot of veterans around me.
Yeah, you got a good circle. God, you know what I mean, place you in the
I
right
got a
circle.
lot of veterans around me. Shout out Rem.
Shout out
You know what I mean? Shout out everybody in this group.
Yeah.
You feel me?
D1, City Son.
Hell yeah. And they're all business minded, you know what I mean? So it's just shaping my mind, you know what I mean?
I've always said that too. Like, for anybody to do anything to come up, I need a team.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I guess people could do it solo, like one-man army, but it's so much harder. I don't know. I think you need a team.
But I separate that, man. I separate that. Like, when I say that I did this, I'm doing this shit alone.
Yeah.
When I say alone, I don't mean I'm like, of course I got people that fuck with me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the roots was alone.
Yeah.
I was a fucking black sheep that got thrown into the wild, and I survived that shit.
The shadow work.
I survived that shit.
The shadow work.
I ain't let no hyenas, I ain't let no lions, whatever, fuck with my shit. You know what I mean? Like, I really did that.
Yeah.
So it's like, none of that shit phases me.
No word. I respect that. Out of all
and that's in God's, that's what God's help.
He gave you strength.
Yeah. That's what God's help.
Amen.
And it took me a while to realize that like, God helped me.
I mean, you're still young, so it's good that you realize it. Some people never realize it. They never go their whole life without realizing it.
I had a oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's right. I was gonna say, out of all the tidbits that business, the music, the camera, what's your favorite? Like, if you had to cut off everything and just keep one thing, what would it be?
I'm a content creator at heart. When I was like 6, I would just make dumb videos and shit with my boys and shit outside.
Right.
Yeah, and we'll just do dumb shit, like reckless shit. But I'm a content creator at heart, man. Like, that nothing's gonna steer that. Like, I always put content before anything, because if you don't got content and you're just throwing music out, nobody's gonna have a face recognition to that. Listen, nobody's gonna have a face recognition to that.
Yeah.
Now, if you throw your face into it and you show up to events, even if you're not bro, I showed into mad events and I just sat there and showed love. Sat there back, showed love to every artist. Mm-hmm. Even if they didn't know me, you know what I mean? They still see my face. So when they see my face on social, that's that guy that dapped me up when nobody dapped me up and nobody showed love. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's that guy. Oh shit, let me follow him. Let me, you know what I mean, support what he got going on, because he supported what I got going on. Right. You know what I mean? So sometimes I just show up to events and I just support artists that people just, you know what I mean? Yeah. Not think is underrated, but they underrate them. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, it's all about going out, showing your face, being in some type of content. You know what I mean? Even if you're in the backside. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, for example, I just went to this Albi shit. I took a back seat. You know what I mean? Yeah. They asked me, why are you here? I could have been like, I'm an artist. Nah. I'm here for my boy O. I'm a videographer today. Yeah. Photographer today. I'm going to get my boy right, because this is his shit. You know what I mean? Word. And he's looking out for me. That's dope. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, because some people would have stole the shine right there and took it as an opportunity to self-promote, but you kept it about your boy. Yeah, I didn't even, bro, it's crazy, because before that, I manifested that I was going to, you know what I mean, just even be in the same room with Albie. Because, like, he went to this performance, and I was videography, and like being a photographer for O.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Me and him do service for service and shit like that. So it's just more convenient. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I like that.
So it's love right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's like, yo,
That's how
I got
too
this.
Sometimes.
I got this thing. You should pop out. And I'm like, every time he told me, I'm like, yeah, that shit is fire. I got you, bro. You know what I mean? You don't got to worry about that shit. Because he's looking out. So, boom. I record that shit. He does good. And then it's just manifestation at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and networking.
Networking. And that's the thing. I didn't even network. I just manifested that shit. Right. I went in, did my job. I did not ask for nothing. I took my flick with him, whatever, boom. And then I went home, posted whatever, and then I manifested that shit to the world. And then I got in those rooms.
I need to take some of your advice as far as like the showing face and the content, because I feel like I'm one of those people that just throw music out. I mean, and it don't faze me no more. Like whatever, it's not for the views or I just do it because I like it, and it'll reach somebody that needs to reach, and it'll help somebody.
Hell yeah!
You know,
I think people get stuck in a mindset where it's like the algorithm, like you're trying to fight to get in the algorithm.
Yeah.
Or like you're this confident because you feel like your shit's not gonna get thrown in the algorithm.
Yeah. Can't force
as soon as you post, it gets thrown in a algorithm.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah.
So it's like. You're gonna get seen by somebody. So who gives a fuck if you're in this algorithm or this algorithm that's getting blown 100%. Up? Bro, I've been in different algorithms that's blown some of my shit up. And it's like, I'm still the same person. So it's like, why do I have to not post because I'm scared that I'm not gonna get seen? You're gonna get seen if you post.
A good example too is, I don't know if you know Russ, but Russ made music upon music.
Yeah.
And then when he blew up, he had this whole catalog that people was like, oh, what? You got this song, you got that song. So eventually, if it's meant to be, just keep working.
Word.
People gonna see it.
And there's not an age limit to this. It's not. Yeah. There's people coming from jail that hasn't been in this game for mad long.
I hate when people say that. You're too old to be doing that. It's like, what do you mean,
No. Bro, there's people in this game that's coming out from jail. You got to understand, these people been off the internet.
Yeah.
And they come on the internet with, with help, but they come on the internet popping their shit, you know what I mean? And not giving a fuck who sees.
Yeah.
Because they've been in isolation for so long. So if they could do that, what makes you think you can't do that? 100%. Just pop your shit, just record yourself. Even if it's just it don't gotta be clip after clip after clip. It could just be a one take off your phone, what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
And just record yourself, put captions over that shit, post it, and just keep doing the same thing.
Be consistent.
It's not about consistency.
Nah?
No.
I feel like
Rem knows it's not about consistency.
Word.
It's about knowing the right time to post. It's about knowing the length to post. Yeah. It's these things that you gotta know. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not about posting consistency. It's not about how your video looks. No, because there's people that's posting videos that their video looks trash or their song is trash, but they're getting that traction. You know why? It's because they know how to fuck with the algorithm. Now you gotta know how to fuck with the algorithm.
Yeah.
They give you plus if it's short.
Yeah.
Now if it's longer, it's gonna be harder to push for them because everybody is short-minded.
Yeah, short attention span.
You know what I mean? You got to know how the algorithm works. You could do it. You just got to put your mind to it.
Definitely.
That's a fact.
What would you say is one of the biggest internal battles you've been struggling with lately? We're gonna get into the nitty-gritty.
Internal battles?
Internal battles.
I think like speaking out, like talking. Yeah. I found myself too much like not saying nothing.
Yeah.
And just holding that shit in.
Why do you think you were doing that?
I think like it's just like I just been through so much where it's like, bro, these like people out here is not like they got their own story, but it's like my mind is so sharp on what the fuck I went through.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what these people are talking about, and I'm sorry for cursing. I know you got this,
no, cool,
but
cool.
I really don't care what these people got going on because I'm so driven to my craft, to who I am as an artist and who I am as a person outside of this music. You were saying this, you know what I mean, we're not gonna really touch on music, but the person I am outside of this music, I'm a hustler and I make sure that my people around me and my family is good. You know what I mean? No matter what.
That provider.
If I'm struggling, every man knows what this is. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And every man got to go through this at one point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got, outside of this music, I got to go home and I got to deal with a stepson. I got to deal with a lady. You know what I mean? So it's like, this is shit I got to go through. I don't have kids, but, you know what I mean? I still have to deal with this shit. You know what I mean?
A father figure.
Yeah. And I got to be a good role model. You know what I mean? And as a stepdad, because I had a stepdad, my stepdad was a good stepdad, but he was strict. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he didn't understand how the internet worked. Because he was like, you know how people back then, they're like,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you like that, but I know you not like that because you're doing this.
Yeah.
But my stepdad was more, nah, you got to make sure you're this, make sure you're that, we on this, done that.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where we just didn't even like mind that shit, listen to that shit. But he was so much like that it was like, what the fuck? You're not like.
Yeah, just.
But we ended up as an adult growing up, realizing that damn, maybe he had a point. You know what I mean? Because we were some badass kids, but maybe he had a point. You know what I mean? Because now as a stepdad, I'm looking at this like, I could either take this role or I could try to do the opposite of what he did. And I could push him to what he wants to do.
Yeah.
And I could make him flourish earlier than what the fuck I did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And make him become a star way before the fuck I did.
Yeah.
And I know how to do that.
Yeah.
So I'm putting my mind and my talents into that kid.
I like that.
And making sure that he understands at a young age how this algorithm, how this system, how this matrix actually works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff that, like, as a kid, I didn't have a father in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So my mother was the only resource of knowledge that I had, and she wasn't, you know what I mean? She was a good mother, but she wasn't that, like, knowledgeable to how internet works, how business is. She wasn't that knowledgeable, so I didn't have none of that.
Yeah.
I didn't have resources. You know what I mean? And my stepdad came later in the game, like later.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, man. This shit was hard.
I like that. It was basically what you're doing. You're breaking generational curses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're giving your child something that you didn't have, so that they could flourish. That's good. That's what we need to do as men. For real. That's one of our roles.
Hell yeah.
Have you ever felt like you were losing yourself chasing something?
I think I was like, at one point I was chasing for like hope in like a previous relationship. And I was like, I had to realize that later in the game that I was just wasting my time. I could have been working on my craft. I could have been perfecting myself as an individual. But I decided to go out, fuck bitches, get drunk, do mad, just outrageous shit off of wanting hope. You know what I mean? And something that was never going to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But again,
that's real.
God puts you in shit that changes you as a person and makes you realize, yo, you doing some shit wrong.
Yeah.
So over time, that shit became like, damn, what the fuck am I doing right now? Like, you know?
That saying is doing the same thing over and over.
Yeah,
and
that shit don't be, that shit, yo, listen, it doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Over time, you're like, damn, I want to be loved. I want to just come home and just,
real love.
I want to come home and just relax and not worry about the next party, not worry about, don't get me wrong, I still go out to clubs, I still do me, but
it's not. It doesn't hold that much level of importance as it once did.
Yeah.
Word.
I don't care what people think.
What's a moment in life that humbled you hard?
A moment in life that humbled me hard.
Was it that when you went away and you were out your car and?
Nah, I think a moment that humbled me hard. You talking about the Zzeu?
Yeah.
We could talk on that after. But I think a moment that humbled me hard was when I fractured my orbital bone playing ball, to be honest.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I think that shit humbled me. Like I thought at one point I was never going to get vision in my eye. So I was playing ball in L.A.
Which eye?
Huh? This eye. You can't see
even
it, right?
tell, man.
Can't tell, right?
Can't tell.
Because God works in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Amen.
trying to tell you. I thought I was never, the doctor was just telling me that I was never going to, like, my eye was just going to be double vision.
Damn.
You know what I mean? And then at one point, the doctors didn't even know, so they just said, give it time. And I gave it time, and that shit worked. But I was playing ball. A guy came, his finger went all the way in my shit like this.
Oh, man.
Yeah, trying to go for the ball and went in my eye. Shout out everybody that was there. Y'all looked out for me and shit like that. But it went deep in my eye, and that shit fractured my orbital bone.
Damn.
Yeah. So I had a patch on my eye and shit like that. And that shit was mad humbling because everybody was looking at me like, yo.
Call you Patchy.
The
Call you
fuck?
Patchy the Pirate or something.
Yeah, that shit humbled the fuck out of me because at that point, I was at one of my highest, you know what I mean? As far as like feeling good, you know what I mean? And God just humbled the fuck out of me.
Word.
Now I gotta pay medical bills. Now I gotta do this. Now I gotta do this. Is real shit.
Yeah.
Like, now I gotta use my tax money to fucking pay my fucking eye. Like, this is real shit. Like, you know what I mean? So I go through struggles in life because God puts me in positions to learn from it. You know what I mean? So now I play ball safe. I try not to do too much.
Nah, you gotta get the goggles, my dude.
But as you could tell, my eye is good.
Nah,
you know what I mean? At some points,
like
it does be like, kind of like, I be seeing it a little bit, but it's good. You know what I mean? It's pretty straightforward. You know what I mean? But,
don't even look like nothing happened.
Hell yeah. But at one point, that shit was all red, just red and black.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad.
Were you bleeding when it happened, or like?
Yeah, I was bleeding through my eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eesh.
That shit was bleeding through my eye.
I would say God has blessed me so much. Like the worst injury I ever had was like I was trying to climb this fence. My one of my ex-girlfriends at the time was like she got kicked out. I'd asked my parents if she could stay, you know, because she didn't have no place to stay. Thought they were gonna say no, but they said yes. So she stayed for the week, whatever. But you know, I was trying to flirt, so I was trying to like jump a fence to like sneak up behind her. Fence was rusted, didn't know. It broke, and I like there was a sharp part, and I just went again. I knew something was off. I tried to jump off. If I didn't yell, it could have gone straight to my head. I would have been dead right now. Wouldn't have been
Bro,
here.
it's crazy that you say that, bro. Crazy story.
That's the craziest injury
When
I've
I
ever
was a
had.
kid, yo, shout out my cousin Mo, bro. When I was a kid, I was with a group of people, right? Well, just me and this kid, and he like me and my cousin was beefing at the time and shit like that. We was kids and shit. And me and this kid went with fucking what's that shit called? Mazel tovs.
Okay.
Yeah, we was bad. Through that shit, and then at his mom's car, and then we ran. Yeah, we was kids, bro. We was just doing dumb shit.
Yeah.
We ran, and then I jumped over a fence, and my shit got fucking. I don't know if the mark is still here, but that shit went deep into my my foot, and I was just there hanging. And there was like an Easter bunny on the other side of the fence, so I was trying to jump the fence so I could like try to go to the Easter bunny and be like, it was good. And I jumped the fence and that shit stabbed right through my skin. I had to get stitches.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nah,
But you said that shit's cut.
Yeah, I had to get 51 stitches. It went from like I had one nostril technically. It was pretty bad. But other than that, I've never broken a bone. I don't know. I've never gone to hospital like that. Like, I don't know. Blessed.
Yeah.
When life gets chaotic, right, and stuff like that happens, what keeps you grounded?
I think just knowing that I'm gonna be good. Like, no matter what, I'm just gonna be good.
Word.
You know what I mean?
Trust, faith.
Yeah, it's not like, don't get me wrong. I love faith, you know what I mean? And you know what I mean? But it's none of that. It's just knowing that I'm a warrior, you know what I mean? And I'm just gonna make it through the struggle. I'm gonna make it through that storm.
Like, warrior mindset then.
No matter what, I'm gonna make it through that storm. Like if I gotta lose a leg, lose an arm, I'm gonna make it through that storm. I'm gonna break them doors down. I'm gonna make sure that this shit gets stapled. Like I'm gonna make sure my name is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. What separates a man from a boy, in your opinion?
What separates a man from a boy? Think you just gotta go through life. Like I think everybody got that goofy side in them.
Yeah.
That, you know what I mean?
Child
When
at
you're
heart.
with your boys, you wanna act goofy.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I don't try to throw down on having like kids and grown men. Like I don't get that shit, cause like you could be 13 and have a man mindset. You know what I mean? So it's like we just all humans.
For me, I think it's like when you start realizing that there's a time for fun, there's a time for responsibilities. I think because like when I was a boy,
but you could be responsible and still be fun.
No, yeah. I mean, like I said, we all got the little child, especially for me. I got a girl I could be like a kid, like mess with, wrestle with, like.
But that's why I think that we get our mind. That's why I think
even with my daughter, I'm like a little kid with her. You know what I mean?
But that's why I think that there's a disconnection because I view myself as mature. I view myself as a man.
Yeah.
But I also know how to step out of that comfort zone and show that other side to, like, for example, to Twitch. I know how to separate myself from that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just got to learn how to do that. And that's how you're going to flourish in the game. Like, if you really think about it, the mindset of just being, oh, I'm a man, I'm this, is good.
Yeah.
But you got to understand how to balance that to the audience. Because, like, you know what I mean? The audience wants to see you, and they want to see, you know what I mean, goofy side. They want to see, you know what I mean, you shit talking. But that's all shit that, you know what I mean, kids do.
Oh, yeah. I agree with you.
I know how to separate that shit.
I agree with you. Like this disconnect. Like it doesn't have to be like, oh, a man is serious and a man is tough and a man you can't show no emotion. Like I think there's a disconnect there for sure. But even that, like I feel like real men know that. Real men know you don't have to be serious all the time. You don't have to hide your emotions. You don't have to be tough all the time. You know what I mean? The realest men I know are vulnerable with the right people. You know what I mean? That helps other men grow too. You know what I mean?
You want to talk on that Drewski shit?
Yeah. A moment in life where life humbled you.
All right, bet. Another thing that humbled me, right? So check this out. I went on this Drewski show. It was like the what's that shit called? When you're like auditioning. There was the audition type shit. Yeah.
Like audition.
That shit humbled the fuck out of me. Like. Well, it humbled me, but it showed me that God works. You know what I mean? Because he literally just smacked me in my face like, yo, wake up. You know what I mean? I was in line for like mad long, for like 2 hours. There's like 5,000 people outside.
Sheesh.
Yeah, all in a line. You know what I mean? And I was in the back. I had a bobo in my hair. You know what I mean? So like, they seen that I was confident in who I am as an artist, who I am as a creator, who I am as a person, you know what I mean? So they was going up to people, asking them, yo, spit some shit. People would spit some shit, and it wasn't that good. They moved on. They kept doing that. They was only picking 50 people out of 5,000 people.
Damn.
So I was in line. They came up to me. They like, yo, spit some shit. I spit some shit, and they're like, yo, this is exactly what he want to hear. You know what I mean? He's looking for this. So boom, I go up in the front of the line, and this is mad people talking shit. You know what I mean? I feel like that scene, I don't know if you ever watched Spider-Man. You know what I mean? They all have the signs, and he's walking in the rain, and they all have their signs. They're all pissed at him. It's like some Batman shit. You know what I mean? So I'm there, I'm just walking, and just everybody talking shit. Like, I'm talking about, like,
why him?
Yeah, some crazy shit. So, and I have a bobo on my head, so they looking at me like, yo, what the fuck?
They using that to,
like if I'm an industry player or some shit, but I'm really working to this shit. Like I'm trying to manifest this shit. It's all about manifestation at the end of the day. Once you put your mind, body, and heart into something, it's gonna happen. Like I'm going to perform in a stadium. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that's my next goal. I'm going to perform in a stadium, and with God's help. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So boom. I walk in after they talking shit. Boom, I go in. They put me in a room for 7 hours.
That's wild.
And I'm just eating pizza, and then I open the fridge. They only had beer or soda, Coca-Cola soda. So I'm just like, yeah, let me take the Coke. I don't want to be too like crazy, cause I'm thinking like, nah, I gotta be serious. Yeah, this is my music tape shit. But that's where I made the mistake, and that's where I got humbled. Because in life, especially on that stage, you can't be too serious. You gotta be.
You think you were in your thoughts too much?
No. You gotta be liked. You know what I mean? You gotta be open-minded. People gotta be able to come to you and have a conversation. You know what I mean? And at that frame of stage, I wasn't like that. I was serious. So I went in this room. I'm eating pizza, serious in my head, rehearsing different lyrics, which one would be better.
Yeah.
But I'm in my head about it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, damn, am I gonna fuck up? And that's the wrong thing to do. You know what I mean? It's not the right thing to do.
Yeah.
So I'm just in my head. My boy Smugs comes up to me, tells me, yo, you ready? I'm like, yeah. I end up using the bathroom, and I find myself, and this is what God's help, you know what I mean? I get out the bathroom, I find myself in a different room, because I'm just like, yeah, I'm not even going to go back to that room. I'm going to just go over here. I see my boy Yolo, shout out Belly Gang. He's all the way in. He's all the way in, I don't know, East Bumblefuck and shit like that. Yeah. Yo, shout out to you, bro. But, yeah, so I see him, I go up to him. I dap him up, and then the lady comes to me like, yo, you're next, and puts the mic on me. I'm like, yo, what the hell? I'm looking at her like, yo, I'm not even supposed
to be though?
I'm not even supposed to be in this room. This is not my group.
Yeah.
And they're like, yo, whatever, like, just go. So, and Yolo's behind me. So we're just mic'd up, chopping it up. I go in, and off bat, the guy's like, we need to do a retake on the walk-in. I said, what? I just looked at him, and I just kept walking, because it's like, bro, I just waited at least 10 hours for this shit. So it's like, so I walk in, I'm lactose intolerant, I'm gassy, I just ate mad pizza, I'm burping, I got soda in me and shit, no excuses and shit like that, but I fucked up, and I'm gonna take that to the chin. Ever since then, I took that shit to the chin, because that shit humbled the fuck out of me. I took that shit to the chin, and I just been on the grind ever since then. Word. That shit humbled me, but it taught me a lesson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nah, that's a great story. I feel like that's what we was talking before we went live, and yeah, I thought it was a good story. That's why I was like, oh, you share that story, but you share a different story. That's good. But that's good that you have the awareness though to look at those moments and be like, yeah, this humbled me. Again, some people don't have that awareness. They just like, oh, they play victim. Oh, why me? Oh, bad stuff always happens to me. But they don't learn the lesson. They don't like let it humble themselves. They don't let it. That's the level.
I've always been able to adapt to any problem or any situation that I'm in and see like the bigger picture out of some shit. You know what I mean?
So, do you think success without purpose is empty?
Do I think success without purpose is empty?
Again, I know a tough question.
Yeah, I mean, it can be empty. Yeah. But if you're doing what you love, it's like, how can that be empty?
Yeah.
Like when you're feeling your needs, like I don't know. Like if you feel like you're successful, how can you be empty? You know what I mean? Or how can you feel like you're empty when you're doing something?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No matter what, if I'm sitting there posting, right, and I only get one view on my Twitch stream, I'm still feeding somebody. So who cares? You know what I mean? There's no emptiness in the void. You're going to get somebody. Yeah. And that somebody is going to get you somebody else. And that somebody else is going to get you 10 other people. Yeah, so there's no emptiness. And that's just life in general. Once you know, if I know Rem, he's going to introduce me to Harsh. Harsh is going to introduce me to you. You're going to introduce me to D1. Yeah. It's just a part of life. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. So there's no emptiness. The only emptiness is there's no emptiness. There's no emptiness.
It's like Rem's song, trust the process.
Yeah,
it's all gonna work out. So obviously you've been bringing up God a lot. So you do believe in God?
I believe that. Yeah, I believe that there is a God. I believe that our beliefs in different religions are kind of like at war with each other right now. Yeah. So right now it's kind of hard to believe in a religion, but I believe in God, and I believe that God works, and I believe that God is good. You know what I mean? So my religion and the belief I have is with me and God. I try not to worry about everybody else and what they believe in, because I respect every religion. Yeah. You know what I mean? My father's Muslim. I don't judge him. My aunt is Catholic. I don't judge that. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not something that like feeds my needs, but it is something that I see. Yeah. And I keep in my head like, okay, this these group of people don't like these group of people.
Yeah.
Let me see why.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I'm big into politics. Like, I study politics, especially right now, because I know that when I do have a kid, I'm gonna make sure that they know what's really going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what is really going on
Yeah.
and what you're about to experience. I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing.
Crazy times.
Nothing.
For sure.
We live in crazy times.
But I also don't submit to like religion. I think it's relationship with God, different ours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, religion is made to divide, but relationship with God, that's personal with everybody. Like, that's personal to you, it's personal to them. But I feel like that's where it gets lost. People, the same thing with politics. Like, who cares? Like, it's like we should all collectively be wanting the betterment of our communities.
Now, but
you know what I mean?
we should care when there's people getting killed.
Oh, no,
You know what I
definitely.
mean?
Definitely.
Like we should care when there's war going on.
Definitely.
Now, prior to that, there was a lot of corruption. Now, there's serious shit.
Yeah, but we should be aware to like know that like it's basically, I feel like propaganda just to divide us, to keep us, to keep us mad at each other, keep us fighting each other, killing each other, and it's like we need to be more aware.
It's all distractions.
And stop letting them use that as.
It's all distractions, and we are part of distractions.
Oh no, definitely.
So we need to be. So in order to fulfill the algorithm, you need to be the biggest distraction. But if you're not the biggest distraction, you're just feeding the void with distractions.
Yeah.
So you're a distraction no matter what. So why not be the best distraction there is in the game?
All right.
It's all about your mindset, bro. It's all about the mindset, because we're all distractions in real life. No matter what. Rem could hit me up, and I could be in my personal life. He hits me up. He's distracting me from my real life, but I'm acknowledging it with another distraction. So we're all distractions, so it doesn't even matter.
So do you think God is something people add to their life or something that should lead it?
I think you got to find God. Like, I think God will come to you when he's ready, and he'll present himself when he's ready and let you know that he's working in mysterious ways. But without you knowing that, shit is just going to happen in your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're going to think it's random. But that's not random.
Yeah. I don't believe in coincidence.
It's not random.
Yeah.
And I don't believe in coincidence 3, 4, 5 times. So it's not random. You know what I mean? It's manifestation and knowing who you are and knowing that God got your back. That's it.
100%.
Hell yeah. I get into rooms because manifestation and God.
Or,
you know what I mean? I grind for my shit. I push my name with God's help. You know what I mean? So it's like, and that's what I believe in. That's my religion with him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Your relationship.
So,
yeah. I mean, yeah, the gifts you have are because of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, for sure. All right, so let's wrap this up. So, for a young man out there watching this that feels lost, what would you tell him?
That's a good question. I know every podcast be ending this way, but I don't know. I wouldn't say be a leader. I wouldn't say be a follower. I wouldn't say go fuck with these people because they lit. Nah, be you. Like, that's what this shit is about. It's about being you, posting or performing or living a regular life as you and making the best out of yourself. You know what I mean? A lot of people get distracted with the outside world that they're not able to manifest glory within themselves. You know what I mean? Because they're seeing Rem post and he's getting 300 likes.
Yeah.
And they're like, damn.
Stop comparing.
They're like, damn. Why the fuck am I not getting that love?
No.
Who gives a fuck? Just post. You'll get that.
Yeah.
Because he put in that work. Yeah. He put in that fucking drive, posted every single day, posted every week to get there. So if you do the same thing, you could be there.
Yeah, 100%.
Just be yourself, bro.
100%.
That's it.
When you start
that's the game. Be yourself.
Yep.
Post. Show yourself off. Live your life. Live your life with freedom, bro. That's it. Who cares what they say? Bro, I got haters hitting me up right now on my phone. I don't give a fuck. They're on YouTube in my comments right now talking shit. I don't care. They're watching. You're watching.
Hey, free
And we
publicity.
love you for watching. So keep supporting.
Thanks for the publicity, bro.
Keep supporting. Like, come on, man.
Well, I want to thank you personally for being on the podcast. I
Hell
appreciate
yeah.
you. You want to tell them where they can find you, your content, your music, all that?
Yo, y'all can find me. Y'all just got to type up Zzeu, Zzeu, my Instagram. Oh, snap. Let me look at this. Listen, y'all can find me, right, on any platform. Zzeu, Zzeu. Almost like ZOO, but it's Zzeu. Listen, my Instagram is IMZZEU_. My YouTube is just Zzeu. My TikTok is Zzeu. Y'all gotta tap in, man. I'm really blessed to be on this podcast. Shout out Ren for hitting me up. Shout out you.
Well, I'm
Shout out
blessed to have you
everybody
on
over
podcast.
here. Yo, blessings. Hell
Big
yeah.
Bro Podcast. I'm Remarks. That is Zzeu. And we out. Till next time, guys.
Tired of the pocket watching is crazy. Tired of complaining, man. Y'all boys lazy. Slandering, hollering don't faze me. Cause God made me. That's why I praise him. Thank you, God. Forgive me, God. Bless me, God. Guide me, God. Thank you, God. Forgive me, God. Bless me, God. I got them jelly. Girls wanna bring me to the telly.